Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 25 of season 2 of Gunners and Blues. My name is Sean Morgan. I am joined by Andrew Gump, and it is time for our Chelsea centric episode for the beginning of the week. Andrew, how are things for you, man?
I mean, best club in London, top of the table.
Top ish.
Everything's top. Nope, top of the table because we scored at Liverpool when we drew 1-1. So we are top of the table.
Oh, yeah, is that. I didn't know that was I didn't know that was the tiebreaker. I
Up.
thought it was just because it was alphabetical.
I don't know. That's the reason. It gets really weird. It would be hilarious. No, it wouldn't be hilarious. I just want to win clear. I want to win the league clear. But it'd be very interesting if it did not involve Chelsea and they actually had to have a playoff game because if a certain number of criteria match up, they actually
Mhm.
just have a one-off game
Wouldn't that be
to
great?
decide the league. That would
Wouldn't that
be
be
hilarious.
that would be American-esque right there. Like that,
But knowing
having
our luck, Anthony Taylor would be the official, and then it's
10
that's
men,
it.
10 men at 9 minutes. Why not? Right? Why?
Coach Hitch gets two yellows, one for tying his shoes before, and then on ungentlemanly fashion, and the other one for kicking the ground too hard and leaving a divot.
Can't
Anyway,
leave those divots. Can't leave those divots. Well, you guys had a very comfortable, I would say, reasonably safe win. I think that Spurs haven't looked good, right? They just have not looked all that great, and it did not help that they looked toothless against you. To I think inspire confidence. So I'm glad that for Arsenal's sake anyway, that you guys were able to deal with them so effectively, and that maybe motivation heading into our showdown with them will hopefully give us a bit of an edge. So I appreciate that. Just have to
oh
come
yeah,
out and say.
we got you, bro. We
But
got you, bro.
what do you think about the match overall? Like what were your
Well, I mean, I
takeaways?
have to give credit. I do actually have to give credit because I think Tottenham, funnily enough, that first half was probably the best half of football I've seen them play this season. They were slightly better. I'll give them credit. They were slightly better, not great, slightly better than us in the first half. I have to give credit to Nuno setting up Heung-min Son as basically just a runner, as the furthest forward player the whole time instead of Kane, as you normally see. They did put our backline under a decent amount of pressure. It was a very good performance by them, but I think it maybe highlighted some of the struggles that both Havertz and Mount have had over the last couple of weeks. Um, I said I would talk about it, but as I was talking about in the lost episodes, I really, really needed to see Timo Werner start this game. For me, it just seemed like the perfect match to start him. We did not get that. We got the front three, the tried and true front three of Lukaku, Mount, and Havertz. Lukaku played extremely well again. His hold up play, just his ability to get involved when honestly he was such a isolated figure thanks to Mount and Havertz just really having poor ball retention, missing him with a lot of their passes. The fact that he was able to get as involved as he was especially in the first half was impressive. But yeah, going over the first half, there wasn't a lot of clear cut chances. I would say, seeing Kepa start due to Mendy's injury did not have me supremely confident going into the game, and that's on me. That's my bad because Kepa under Tuchel, that's 6 clean sheets and 9. He's that's doing as well as you could ask any keeper to do for a
Yeah.
manager for the most part. Uh, and it's something that watching that first half, I really was able to take in. You know, think about Kepa, Christensen, Jorginho, Rudiger, all Alonso, all of these players under Frank Lampard were, you know, considered superfluous. People wanted them gone. They were not good enough for the club. And I think that's the difference between a newer manager and a top class established manager. He made these players into not just like passable, but into world beaters. I would say Marcus Alonso, this first, this first 5, 6 games of the season is the best Marcus Alonso we've ever seen at Chelsea. That's taking into account Alonso of Conte's Chelsea.
Hmm.
He honestly was immense once again. Great at the shit talk. Uh, yeah, I mean it's just great. But we're gonna get past the first half. Wasn't great. Mount was withdrawn at halftime. Once again, something that I fucking love about Thomas Tuchel. He doesn't hesitate. I know a lot of us have seen, we've been very upset with our managers. You're like, okay, we'll make a change at halftime. Nope, 60, they'll wait till 60 minutes.
Hmm.
And the player that was very distinctly not having a good game continued to not have a good game. And it's just 15 minutes off the clock. It was nice to see him be proactive rather than reactive. Kante comes on. Uh, the fucking football Twitter from some of like the biggest names on football Twitter as well, especially within Chelsea. We're like, oh my god, he's going so defensive now. I guess he's just happy with a draw. And I didn't see it that way. I thought bringing Kante on actually to play. This is funnily enough, Kante played as a 10.
Hmm.
That little man is one of the greatest gifts to any football club, to just the footballing world. He is world class apparently in just about every role. I wouldn't be surprised. I know he's small. I wouldn't be surprised if he could put on the goalkeeper's gloves and somehow just know where the ball was going and be there in time. But he came on as a 10, basically inside striker, as people
Hmm.
like to call them, behind Lukaku with Havertz, and changed the flow of the game. He was everywhere, made interceptions. People couldn't follow his movement. And we win a corner. And there's something that I forgot to mention that I was so impressed. I went back and watched all the games because I didn't think we'd actually taken an outswinging corner, because you very rarely see Alonso take the corners, right? We had not taken an outswinging corner once this season until the Tottenham game. I shit you not. Not once have we taken one outswinging corner. And in this game, the first goal was scored with Alonso taking outswinging corner. Thiago Silva, easily the man of the match, rises above Dele Alli, who looked like he was like having a pastry or something. I don't know what the hell he was not paying attention to what was happening. Puts the ball in the back of the net. O Monstro doing the business. And I think from there on out, it was kind of, I mean, we dominated. It was just pure domination at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It was hilarious watching the. I love watching the supporters in the crowd when they realize the game's gone to shit.
Things aren't going well.
It's just like all of that, like self-righteous ire, indignation that things are, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh god. It looks like trauma. It looks like what we talked about in our first Monday Madness, bro. It looks like trauma, especially for Tottenham fans. Um, then Kante, who'd made such a big difference, gets the goal. Let's not lie, there was a heavy piece of luck, a little double deflection. But I'll take it. The shot was on target, so it does go down as a Kante goal and another Kovacic assist. Uh, and after that, I finally got the relief I've been asking for the last couple of episodes. We got to see Timo Werner play with Romelu Lukaku. And for me, the 20 or so minutes that Werner was on the pitch was the 20 best minutes of the match. We dominated. Timo opened up so much more space for Lukaku. And then with another outswinging corner at the death of the game, because we had to basically keep beautiful parity with our sponsors. And this is the most irritating thing about losing that episode. I told you 3-0,
You
literally
called it.
just to
You called it.
just to sate the sponsor. And now it just sounds like I'm stroking my ego because you didn't hear it. But no, 3-0 with another outswinging corner. Timo Werner latches on to it, pulls the ball back perfectly for Antonio Rudiger, who does not put it into Rosette, does not put it in the upper tier, with actually a really neat finish, a real tidy finish in the bottom corner. He then did some very untoward motions towards the Tottenham crowd, which watching Chelsea's social media team basically edit that out of the video that it was originally. See, it's not a friendly forward, a family friendly sort of motion. Uh,
That happens.
it happens. It happens. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I found it hilarious though, especially because it's Tottenham. And there's just something special about you know this Arsenal fan. If you're an Arsenal fan listening to this episode, it hits different beating Tottenham. It
It does.
really, really does. It hits different beating Tottenham. They're shit. They're gonna remain shit. They'll always be shit. And yeah, I mean 3-0 win. We keep parity with Liverpool. Actually, keep just above Liverpool with what Sean and I were talking about. Top of the table. Everything's going swimmingly. And if you were to tell me, right, we would be top of the table after playing Arsenal away, and Arsenal that did the business over us last season, Liverpool away, and Tottenham away, that we would have picked up 7 points from those, that we would be top of the table with our fixtures after this upcoming Man City game looking really mint, right? It's just basically bottom of the table. It feels good. We feel, I don't want to say unstoppable because that just seems ridiculous, and then that's definitely, I'm gonna get karmic justice when we lose to Man City. So we just feel so solid as a team, as a core, as a group. It doesn't matter if someone's missing, or we basically played with two half players in Kai Havertz and Mount that first half of that game, and they just were not at the races. They looked bad. They looked Saka bad, and I mean Saka.
Yeah, no, I get you. You're able to recover, I think, from moments of weakness or moments, I would say moments of opportunity for the other side to capitalize and not, I think, lose mentality and let yourselves get beat through, I don't want to say inaction, but get beat through things simply not manifesting the right way. Because so many times, especially in sides that are trying to aspire to be top level sides, you'll see them have moments where maybe they get dispossessed, or there's a shot that probably should have gone in. It took a lucky deflection out, or maybe hit the crossbar, or something like that, where it's just a very, oh crap, we almost messed up, and they let that get into their heads, and then it just builds on that. So there are multiple instances where, like I said, Mount and Havertz just simply lacked that proper touch, and it didn't amount to anything. They weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's, I think, a testament to defensive resiliency, and that's a testament to a defensive focused players, like focused defensive players.
Yeah, I mean, to use a quote from our title, we're monstros della mentality. I don't know what the hell Portuguese is for mentality, so I'm just going to assume it's a borrowed English word, but I have no idea. I don't know Portuguese. But like I said, yeah, we just seem to recover from any sort of hiccup. And it really does help when, regardless of the back three that we put out, they're just great. I mean, if we're being perfectly honest, anytime there is a mistake, they make up for it, and that's just simple as. There were definitely some moments that, if our back line wasn't as good, Kepa would have put under a lot more pressure, but he wasn't, and it worked out perfectly. And that's why Alex Ferguson said, "Offense will win you games, but defense will win you titles," and I truly believe that. He also said that to piss off Arsene Wenger, so it's very apropos for this podcast.
Let's go to break. let's hear some Anchor, and we'll be right back. All right, everyone, welcome back. Man, that guy's so cool. Just telling us all about Anchor, how awesome it is.
He needs to change it up, though. I think he's gonna have to change it up soon.
I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. We'll ask what he's interested in, and then maybe we'll just kind of go from there. But nevertheless, good win. Like I said, good, yep. Comfortable win. But obviously, you got a really big midweek test.
Oh yeah. I mean, I hate playing teams back to back. By the way, I despise playing teams back to back because, I don't know. It just feels like if you beat them, especially beating them 3-0, even though, like I said, it wasn't a convincing 3-0 win. We beat Aston Villa. It's almost like you're expected to win again, right? Certain players will go out there with this attitude. Although I'm just going to go right into the lineup. I'm going to predict the lineup just because it's very hard to know. I'm not going to lie to you guys and say, I looked up all the Aston Villa Academy players and I know who they're going to put in and play. I'm not going to do that. I don't like Aston Villa that much. Sean probably couldn't name 2 players on Wimbledon without typing it in. So
hey, that is accurate.
So At least I could name more than that on the Aston Villa team. But no, I do think we're going to see heavy rotation. Like I said, the Tottenham game started a run of 7 games in 21 days, so a game every 3 days. That's rough. Heavy rotation. Got a good, solid, big squad. I think we're going to see Saul Niguez come back in for some redemption arc against the exact same team. I would, let's see it. Let's see it happen.
Is
I
it
do think Lukaku.
is it
Oh,
Benny Drinkwell time?
I'm not doing it. Yes, I am gonna say Chilwell. I'm not gonna say his first name. I'm gonna say Chilwell finally gets the start. He's returning from the cold. This is obviously the time to do it. If for some reason we lose in the Carol, really let's not lie about it. It's named after a Thai energy drink. How important is it?
It
No
is.
disrespect
Hey,
to the Thai people.
if you are Manchester City, it is the most important of trophies that you need to make sure that you win every single season.
Not the Champions League. Pep's allergic to that shit. Anyway, yeah, I do think we see Chilwell get the start. Chalba's going to get some playing time. I really want to see Rudiger get a rest. I think bringing in Malang Sarr would be perfectly fine. Christensen probably moves over to the center of the back three to give Thiago Silva a rest. Reece James will come back in. Like I said, Saul could partner any number of players. I'm actually interested to see, with Mount maybe suffering a bit, if Tuchel plays Mount in that dual six role that he tried out a few times last season. I think it would be a good time to maybe allow Mount to spend a little more time on the ball rather than having to, make runs, be quick in counterattack, so on and so forth, and kind of build up a little confidence. Plus, it gives us another option there if we do eventually move over to a 3-5-2 and we need an extra central midfielder. So that's a decent option. I'm very interested to see if Ruben Loftus-Cheek gets a start here. I know this seems kind of out of left field, but of all the players that kind of smaller named players, not smaller named, but players that because he
No,
has
his
a
name is really
hyphenated,
long.
it's really long, it's hyphenated. But all these players that you don't expect to see in a lot of Premier League games, Thomas Tuchel's probably spoken the most glowingly about him. He has a certain skill set that I don't think anyone in the squad can basically match. As far as he's good with the ball at his feet, but he also has sort of that physical prowess that you only have from Lukaku, but he plays not as a central striker. I'm wondering if Ruben Loftus-Cheek gets a start. I definitely think we see Callum Hudson-Odoi get a start on his favored left attacking midfielder role rather than playing as a right wing back. And I think Werner will start as a central striker. So there's a lot of really interesting options there. I said, with Tuchel, you never really know.
Yeah,
So,
you're gonna maybe have gotten like 40% of it right. It's been kind of
well,
the trend.
I mean, it's like Arsenal's win rate in the league.
Hey,
Anyway,
hashtag stats. Fuck
yeah,
off.
I can't go.
I'm
I can't.
editing. I'm editing this part out. Oh, what's this? Looks like it's not recording anything. Oh no. Oh no.
No, the mic again. No. Yeah, I can't. Like, I'm not gonna go into too much how I think the match is gonna try. I'm going to predict a Chelsea win. Yeah, I don't think Aston Villa have anything. Leon Bailey will probably get another start. He was very impressive in his little cameo role, but I think he injured himself actually after 20 minutes, so he won't get a start. So I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. Maybe Ings. Ings isn't gonna play either because he's like. So who knows? Who knows? I'm not. I shouldn't have said anything because I have no idea.
Yeah.
Let's be perfectly honest. We win. We move on to the Carabao Cup, the most prestigious Carabao Cup, which is also a disgusting energy drink. Do not buy. If you have another option, don't buy it. Well, actually, if it's that and Rockstar, buy that. But beyond that, don't buy it.
Maybe
Don't
maybe
buy it.
maybe we should do a midweek madness rockstar story.
We should do midweek Magnus. Talk about our drama trip.
Yeah, as I
That was
say,
up.
the
I
rockstar
mean, that's
story.
part of, but with the whole drama trip because there was some good stuff. Remember the Applebee's with Chelsea McCollum, or was it Chili's? I can't remember. That was very good stuff.
Oh, I had to.
Oh,
I There are certain things about that entire era I've tuned out, but nevertheless, nevertheless. Any other final thoughts before we call it an episode?
We're top of the league. I'm not gonna sing. I'm not gonna sing because Romelu Lukaku is going to get more than 18 goals this season, and Sean's going to have to
Did
sing.
I
So I'm
say?
not
I
gonna
thought I
sing
said
for you guys.
20.
No, no. 18. If it's tied at 18, we sing a duet, which is going to be a Lonely Island duet. I insist. It's a Lonely Island duet. But if it's less than 18, you're gonna hear me sing, and if it's more than 18, you're gonna hear Sean sing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I said 20, but you know what? 18's fine. We'll
Go back and check. I would not have said 20 because 20 you'd have had to sing like 3 songs because that's a little much.
Okay, okay. Well, on that note, speaking of songs, I want to thank Particle Dogs for our cool intro and outro music.
Are you the host?
Yeah, there we go. Right, I got had those transitions, and then as always, please, 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 if you're listening to us on a platform, whether it be YouTube, which we're now on, or any of the podcast platforms that allow you to subscribe to us, please do so. If it allows you to rate or review, please do so. We always appreciate that feedback. Everything that, like all of our big links, are found on our Linktree, linktr.ee/Gunners Blues. On behalf of Andrew, my name is Sean. We are Gunners and Blues, and we are signing out. We will be back with you tomorrow for Midweek Madness. Later, everybody.
Okay.